They said Lagos was a city of lights, luxury and lies. And for men like Toby Adewale, those lies often came wrapped in beauty. He had the kind of life most people only scroll past on Instagram. A soft-top car, a duplex in Lekki, private dinners on Banana Island. But deep down, he was tired. Tired of fake smiles and women who loved his wallet more than his words. She was one of those smiles, or so he thought. Amara, a pretty face, a thick body, eyes that could melt steel, and a heart no one had ever truly reached. She was a runs girl, the type who understood how desire and power danced together in Lagos. She lived in that world, a mix of parties, sugar daddies, and empty promises. Yet, behind her confidence was a loneliness that money never cured. In Lagos, love is never pure. It's a hustle wearing a pretty face. Toby thought he was too smart to fall. Amara thought she was too cold to care. But Lagos has a way of humbling even the proudest hearts. He met her one humid Friday night at a private beach party in Lekki Phase 1. Music thumped, waves crashed, and the smell of grilled seafood mixed with the ocean breeze. Amara sat apart from the chaos, sipping champagne, glowing under the fairy lights. She wasn't loud like the others. She didn't need to be. Toby noticed. He always did. "Mind if I join you?" he asked, flashing that easy, confident smile money teaches you. She tilted her head, her eyes half-lidded. "If you can afford the seat," she teased. That was Lagos flirting, sharp, bold, and laced with danger. He laughed. "You don't even know who I am." She sipped her drink again. In this city, knowing too much ruins the fun. He liked her already. From that night they became inseparable, at least on the surface. Amara was magnetic, unpredictable, and painfully beautiful. She became his companion at events, his distraction after stressful meetings, the whisper that filled his lonely apartment. But while Toby saw chemistry, Amara saw an opportunity. She knew how to play her part. The soft laughter, the lingering looks, the calculated vulnerability. Still, there was something different about him. He listened. Really listened. Not the type of listening that waits to reply, but the kind that pays attention to silences. And slowly he saw past her act, the way her eyes dimmed when someone mentioned family, the way she avoided mirrors when she thought no one was watching. One night at Sky Lounge, she asked quietly, "You ever feel like Lagos takes more than it gives?" He smiled. "Every day. But sometimes it gives you the right person, even if only for a while." That moment cracked her armor. If you're watching this right now, pause for a second, because in Lagos love stories, the twist is never where you expect it. Like, comment, and subscribe, so you don't miss what happens when the hunter starts catching feelings. Weeks passed, and Amara found herself doing what she hadn't done in years: caring. She stopped answering her sponsors. She stopped dressing up for strangers. For the first time, she laughed without thinking about who was watching. But love terrified her. It demanded honesty, and honesty was something she hadn't practiced in a long time. Toby noticed the change. "You've been quiet lately," he said one evening as they watched the sunset from his balcony. "I don't know," she murmured. "It's like I'm learning how to breathe again. But it scares me." He reached for her hand. "Then breathe. I've got you." For a second, she almost believed him. The night before their planned trip to Cape Town, her friend Kemi came over. "Babe, don't be stupid," Kemi warned, crossing her legs. "You think this man won T leave you when he finds out who you really are?" Amara turned away. "He's not like the others," Kemi laughed. "They all say that, till the day they ghost you." Amara stayed silent. She looked around her apartment, the designer shoes, the perfume bottles, the glittering emptiness, and felt a deep ache. For years, she had been the one in control. But now she was losing herself in something she couldn't measure or monetize. That night, she wrote him a text. "I don't deserve someone like you." But she never sent it. The next morning, Toby waited at the airport. She never showed. He called, he texted, he waited. Nothing. The silence stretched for days. Then one weekend, he saw her again, at a high-end club in Victoria Island. She was with another man, laughing too loud, wearing that familiar fake smile. Their eyes met. Hers trembled for a heartbeat before she looked away. He stood there for a long moment, realizing the game had played itself full circle. He turned and left. If you've ever loved someone who broke your heart but taught you something real, hit that subscribe button right now. Because this story isn't about revenge, it's about redemption. 2 weeks later, she showed up at his gate. No makeup, puffy eyes, hands shaking. "Toby, please. I'm sorry." He stood there quiet. The city hummed behind them. Distant horns, generator noise, the sound of Lagos refusing to sleep. "I didn't mean to play you," she said, her voice cracking. "I just didn't know how to stop being who I've become." He exhaled slowly. "You didn't have to be anyone else. I saw the real you. You just didn't believe she was worth seeing." Tears streamed down her face. "I thought I was using you, but you made me feel seen. And that scared me." He looked at her for a long moment. "Maybe love isn't about being ready. Maybe it's about being honest, even when it hurts." She nodded weakly. "I'm tired, Toby. Tired of pretending. Tired of living like this." He walked her to her car. "Go find peace, Amara. You owe yourself that much." She smiled through her tears. "You were different. Maybe that's why I fell." As she drove off, he felt something strange. Not anger, not regret, but acceptance. The kind that comes when you know love didn't fail. It just finished its work. Months later, life went on. Toby poured himself into work, but every now and then, when he passed Sky Lounge or smelled her favorite perfume, a memory flickered. He didn't try to chase it away. Some memories aren't meant to be erased. They reminders that even in a city built on deception, something real can still happen. Rumors drifted. Amara had left Lagos. Some said Ghana, others whispered she started a small boutique. Toby never tried to confirm. He didn't need to, because sometimes closure isn't about finding out what happened. It's about finally being at peace with not knowing. He looked out at the city skyline one night and smiled to himself. "Lagos takes a lot," he whispered. "But once in a while, it gives you a reason to feel alive." If this story touched your heart, don't scroll past. Hit subscribe to African Folktale Queens TV, where every Lagos tale reminds us that love, even when it hurts, still teaches us who we are. Because in this city of lights and lies, the heart still finds its truth. Sometimes too late, but always for a reason.